Enough is enough, Ubisoft! We've sat through your multicultural lectures and your preachy games aimed at degenerates and miscegenators. We've tolerated it in the name of gameplay design and innovation. But no more! Far Cry 5 is an insult to your fan base, the Americans that make up a majority of your customers, and it's time you woke up to that fact. Change this, or cancel it.
US gamers have had to endure a lot of crap over the last few years. The targeted harassment by the mainstream press through Gamergate, the terrible launch and outright lies of highly anticipated video games, the outright censorship of art through localization policies, and the continued rejection of romantic partners when they find out our hobby, the appropriation of our culture by so-called gamers on Twitter. No more!
It's time to draw a line in the sand. We, the American gamers that make up a majority of your user base, demand to you cancel this game, or alter it to be less offensive to your main player base. In these times, you must understand that there might be some violent repercussions if you intend to follow through with your pointless criticism.
So here are the following suggestions to make your game right.
Change the villains. It's not so hard, really. Just change the villains to something more realistic. Islam is on the rise in America, as is the violence of inner-city gangs. Are you scared to do so? In the words of Voltaire, to learn who rules you, simply find out who's not being criticized.
Alter the villains. Even if you insist on making the villains American Christians, consider mixing the races a bit to not target white people exclusively. There are plenty of nationalists of every stripe and every race and creed, so throw in some blacks and Mexicans. There's no reason a protectionist nationalist movement would be all one race. Why stop being politically correct here?
Alter the plot. It's obvious that you continue to insist on using these characters. However, with a few artistic tweaks, you can save the concept entirely. Have the villains simply be misguided patriots forced into making their own nation, versus the will of an oppressive over-government, construed of all the people they turn their wrath against in their immediate surroundings. Their brutal physical and sexual violence towards their oppressors will then be explained as a reaction to harsh government policies and taxation, to show that both sides are wrong.
Change the setting, but only for certain markets. Look, I get that anti-Americanism plays in France, and I'm not telling you to give up on potential profits due to complaints. Wouldn't want to be thought of one of those hypocrite feminists, right? But for America, right now, anti-Americanism is out. You gotta play your market. Change the setting to Canada for America. This way, you don't turn away potential players due to offensiveness. Just try and help you make more money.
Follow one of more of these, and this game will be saved from PC hell and multicultural development. We Americans have so few games to call our own, and we're tired of losing them to multicultural bullshit.
Update.
I was hoping to update this petition in regards to the success we're seeing in our mission, but Change.org decided to attempt to censor this petition by refusing access. They say they were just updating their servers, but we all know the truth.
I've seen a lot of claims that this petition promotes violence. Stop being morons! I was merely pointing out that the groups they target may feel slighted and revolt against them. It's just a safety concern after all.
I would like to say that this petition has been a great success. Ubisoft has created some new game images for the game that shows some black man at the villain's table. We can finally move towards true equality once we ensure video game antagonists reflect reality. I think they even made some of the enemies a little more Islamic by having them invoke their religion a lot in the trailer, which is great news. Ubisoft is truly listening to gamers.
But in their effort to smear gamers, and this one gamer right here in particular, the mainstream games media and idiots on the internet have decided that since they can't target the argument, they'll have to find the man and target him. Look at who they think or will say I am in order to derail the true mission of this petition and the rights of gamers everywhere.
Number 1. Some random SJW journo. Great guys, just great. Crap yourselves almost immediately by saying the successful petition is just a false flag.
Number 2. 2 specific random social justice warrior journos. Double crap yourselves again, thinking 2 idiots who stumbled on this petition first must have created it, and CNN killed OJ's wife, right, idiots?
Number 3, some IGN editor. Yeah, that makes us gamer look real good, guys. We tell everybody the mainstream games press are a bunch of low-talent cucks, and then say they're masterminds behind secret hoaxes. Here I am, Gamergate's greatest success, and they want to say I'm some kind of IGN secret.
Number 4. Ubisoft employee. Sure, this is all marketing. The first real headway Gamergate makes into convincing a game developer to listen to their audience, and you screw it all up by saying it's some marketing stunt. Even worse, you throw around some kind of confirmation that it isn't an Ubisoft employee because some guy on Twitter or GameFAQs says so. I have an uncle that works in Nintendo too, and he says you're full of shit. No marketing department would tell you about a secret marketing campaign, you morons.
Number 5. Some dipshit named Ian Chong. This is the truest and most assured strategy to smear gamers in history. Find the worst example of a gamer and use him to smear all gamers. They take one look at this basement-swelling loser. Obviously Asian. No stereotypes here, right? See he's fat, dirty, and lonely, and smear the rest of us. Classic. He's even some kind of game journo too. Perfect sacrifice. It's bad enough when the mainstream press stereotypes gamers, but when they find the perfect poster boy in their own group to throw under the bus, that's even worse.
Number 6. A White House staffer. Certain journos with an agenda want to turn this petition into some kind of political crap, so it has to be Trump. Of course, they're obsessed with Trump and want to link everything with Trump, project everything everywhere. Though I am trying to make all games American and great again, MAGAGA, I don't have any affiliation with the government. Also, this weird thing about 4chan, saying it's from 4chan because it's obviously racist, but also not from 4chan because he didn't post a Pepe once or say kek, idiots.
These are all of the tactics these guys try to silence this petition, to pin it on some random idiot and attack the idiot. But I have news for you, mainstream game journalists.
You Tagarted gamers. Gamers!
We're a group of people who will sit for hours, days, even weeks on end, performing some of the hardest, most mentally demanding tasks over and over and over, all for nothing more than the little digital token saying we did.
We'll punish ourselves doing things others would consider torture because we think it's fun?
We'll spend most, if not all, of our free time min-maxing the stats of a fictional character, all to draw out a single point of damage per second. Many of us have made careers out of doing just these things, slogging through the grind all day, the same quests over and over, hundreds of times, to the point where we know very little detail, such that some have attained such gamer nirvana that they can literally play these games blindfolded.
Do these people have any idea how many controllers have been smashed, systems overheated, discs and carts destroyed, 8N frustration, all to latter be referred to as bragging rights?
These people honestly think this is a battle they can win. They take our media, we're already building a new one without them. They take our devs, gamers aren't shy about throwing their money elsewhere, or even making the games ourselves. They think calling us racist, misogynistic rape apologists is going to change us. We've been called worse things by prepubescent 10-year-olds with a shitty headset. They picked a fight against a group that's already grown desensitized to their strategies and methods, who enjoy the battle of attrition they've threatened us with, who take it as a challenge when they tell us we no longer matter. Our obsession with proving we can, after being told we can't, is so deeply ingrained from years of dealing with big brothers slash sisters and friends, laughing at how pathetic we used to be, that proving you people wrong has become a very real need. A honed reflex.
Gamers are competitive, hardcore by nature. We love a challenge. The worst thing you did in all of this was to challenge us. You're not special. You're not original. You're not the first. This is just another boss fight.
We